So, in the late 90s and early 2000s, there were really two types of girls. There were girls who liked the Backstreet Boys, and there were girls who liked NSYNC. You couldn't like both, there was no in between. You had to like one or the other, and you had to absolutely hate the other. My sister, who's a couple years younger than me, during that time period, she was on the Backstreet Boys side. She loved the Backstreet Boys, she was obsessed with them, and of course, she absolutely hated NSYNC. Despised them, thought they were the worst thing ever, that whole bit. So during that time, I was in high school, and I thought I was too cool. I couldn't like any boy bands, but as I've gotten older, I've grown to appreciate them, and, you know, it's definitely, certainly nostalgic, and that type of music is just good, easy listening, fun music. So anyway, the whole point to this is that my sister has given me a lot of her old Backstreet Boys stuff that she had to add to my collection, which was pretty cool. So she's gotten rid of things over the years, but she gave me what she had, and there's a lot of really neat stuff in here, so I wanted to show it in hopes that it would bring back some memories for everyone. So first I'm going to show a couple of books that she had, and the first one is just simply titled The Backstreet Boys. Look at them in their cool sweaters there. And the little tagline for this up at the top says, "The original BSB biography updated for the millennium." So, pretty cool. And the next one we've got here is just called Hangin' with the Backstreet Boys. I don't really know what's going on with AJ's hair there. It's a little odd, but anyway, this is an unauthorized biography apparently, which includes, can't really see it here, includes 16 pages of color photos. And it's revised, apparently, to include all of the updated facts on the boys. And then here's just another Backstreet Boys book, a slammin' shout out to Nick, AJ, Howie, Brian, and Kevin. More, they love 16 pages of color. This is, again, 16 pages of new color pics. And then we've got a magazine, Backstreet Boys Backstage Pass, a photo scrapbook with amazing facts. Cool color photos. So it's probably similar if anyone watched my yard sale finds video. I bought one of Christina Aguilera Backstage Pass. It's probably similar to that. And then we've got Backstreet Boys Special Edition. Look at these guys all decked out in their USA gear. Includes new in-concert photos. So pretty fancy. So last one I've got of the books/magazines is another one that's just simply titled Backstreet Boys. It's got a picture of all of them on it. This is a pretty huge hardcover book here. So I'm sure my sister read it a million times. And I'll move on to a couple pictures here. So this is just a Backstreet Boys picture. It says Millennium at the bottom. So it must have been around the time that album came out. Looks like it's one of those pictures that looks like you kind of went at a carnival or something. So she had that one, and then she also had this one of just Kevin and Nick. Nick was her favorite. She was pretty obsessed with him back in the day, so it's another picture. And here we've got a Backstreet Boys lunchbox, because what would be cooler than taking your lunch to school in something that had the Backstreet Boys on it? I don't think she ever actually used it for lunch. It's still got the tag on it, so, but it's still a cool thing to have. I thought that was really neat when she showed me that she still had that. I was pretty excited. I thought it would be a cool little piece of memorabilia to have. And then we've got a Backstreet Boys CD holder. So that's really just two 90s things combined there. You've got the Backstreet Boys and you've got a CD holder. So that's pretty awesome. And we've got a couple Backstreet Boys keychains. This one's just of Nick, and then the other one's from the Millennium album. And she actually did used to use these on her keys, I remember. So still in good shape. And then I showed this CD in my yard sale video when I bought a bunch of CDs. This is the Millennium album, one of the best-selling albums of all time. It's got all kinds of hits on it. So huge album. She unfortunately had got rid of her CDs over the years, so she didn't have this, so I went and bought it for $1 at the yard sale. But she did manage to keep just the cover of the Hits Chapter 1 by the Backstreet Boys. I guess they never got to Chapter 2. Didn't really work out, but... So then, last thing I wanted to show here were just a bunch of tapes, because again, what could be more 90s than the Backstreet Boys and VHS tapes? It's perfect. So the first one is Backstreet Boys Stories. Includes never-before-seen footage, unauthorized. It's a must-have for every fan, apparently. And at the top it says it's the real deal on your favorite band. So, it's a classic. And then we've got Backstreet Boys live in concert. What could be more fun than that? Like late 90s Backstreet Boys in concert on VHS. Good stuff. Then we have Backstreet Boys for the fans. According to this, it says it's got exclusive behind-the-scenes footage of the Backstreet Boys on tour, including live performances of Larger Than Life, Don't Want You Back, Back to Your Heart, All I Have to Give, and I Want It That Way. So definitely some good stuff. So here we've got Backstreet Boys Around the World. This is a little bit later. This is Black and Blue. It says Black. I think it was around their Black and Blue tour. So that was earlier 2000s. I think that was about 2000. So 2000, 2001 maybe. So a little bit later, but definitely still some good Backstreet Boys stuff. So then we've got A Night Out with the Backstreet Boys. So it looks like them just performing maybe like a cappella or acoustic or something. I'm not really sure, but it's definitely a good one. And then lastly here we have, we're getting maybe a little too modern. This is on DVD. We've got the Backstreet Boys Homecoming live in Orlando.